Hello, welcome back to this week's episode of Closed by Mo. My name is Mohammed. I'm hopefully your favorite YouTube host on most things real estate. I'm also a real estate investor and a realtor based out of New York, and because I'm both an investor and a realtor, I get to work with a lot of first-time investors and a lot of house hackers, and typically throughout the buying process, the question of doing short-term rentals in their new properties will come up, so I decided to make a video to address what you need to know before doing any kind of short-term rentals in New York City. So if you're enjoying this video, let's go ahead and keep watching and drop a like or subscribe, or if you're watching this on any of the social media platforms, share this with someone. It really helps with the algorithm. Thank you guys. Now, before I actually get into the meat of this video, I want to make it clear I'm not a tenant advocate, I'm not a landlord advocate, I'm an advocate for New Yorkers and by default for homeowners that are also living in New York. So I just want to make that incredibly clear, and I will also be citing all of my sources below. So if you want to just scroll down to click on the links to see where I'm getting my information from. Now, to start us off with, if you are thinking about doing any kind of short-term rental in New York City, you have to keep in mind the first thing, which is the short-term rental registration law. This law went into effect early 2023, and basically what it dictates now is you have to register your short-term rental unit with the Mayor's Office of Special Enforcement, meaning you have to give them access to lease information, client information, as well as maybe provide architectural plans or any kind of permits and any kind of work that you're doing in the property. They have to be able to know about it just to make sure that the building is up to code and that you're not creating any kind of fire hazard or any kind of hazards for the tenants that are in that property, which makes a lot of sense. The second thing to keep in mind is probably one of the more frustrating things. Regardless of the number of units that you own as a landlord or as a homeowner, you are not able to rent out your unit for less than 30 days. The only exception to this rule, which allows for a rental of less than 30 days, which would fall under the actual category of a short-term rental, is if the host or the landlord is staying in the same unit and there are no more than 2 guests per booking, and the 2 guests have to be able to have free access to the rest of the living space, so you can't have things like smart locks or locks on their doors or anything like that, which I will let you decide whether or not that's a smart decision by the New York City government. Now, the third thing to also keep in mind is rental unit permissions. And what I mean by that is if you're a tenant that's already living in a New York City housing building or a housing apartment or getting a Section 8 voucher for your apartment, you are automatically not able to rent that out on a short-term basis through any of the short-term websites. And if your building is on a prohibited list by the building owner to prevent any kind of short-term rentals or subleasing, then you're also not able to host that unit on any kind of those short-term websites. With that, guys, I hope you found this information very helpful. If you have more questions about this, which I'm sure you will, please feel free to reach out to me directly. You can scroll down or put the comments below as well, and I'll make sure to respond to those. But I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I had a lot of fun making it. I'll see you guys next week.